Security logs and reports. Logs and reports are subject to being used in both civil and criminal court. It is very important for the security guard to answer the questions of who, what, where, why, how, and even any witnesses involved. Answering the basic questions of who, what, where, when, why, and how seems to be easy to do, but believe it or not, a lot of security guards have a difficult time documenting incidences. Some don't even get names of witnesses or write a report at all, and it just kills me when this happens. This leads to clients having very little faith in your security company and can cause a company to cancel a contract. When information isn't documented right, it can cause the officer being called at home, off duty, or even let go. You know what? I'm going to tell you guys something. It's a really pet peeve of mine, and anybody that knows me that's worked with me out in the field, especially when I was a supervisor, I was heavy on documentation. I would say, write a report. Oh, well, it really wasn't that much of a big deal. I don't care. Write a report. And a lot of, my friends and stuff, I call them friends now. They are friends. They would just, kind of frown at it and kind of, get discouraged and everything. And no, this is part of our job. This is what we're supposed to be doing. We're supposed to be observing and reporting. And not writing a report when something happens, it just shows that you're really not into your job, and you're just kind of lazy. You just kind of want to sit around and burn the clock and get paid for it, and the client's going to pick up on that eventually, and they're going to say, why are we paying this guy? He just kind of sits around and reads the newspaper all day long, and he doesn't want to really get up and report anything or look at things or, inform us if things are happening. And I've seen time and time again where people have been removed for this. It's killed me before. A major thing happens, and I'll come by and I'll be like, okay, so, where's your report? Oh, well, I didn't do one. Well, okay, you took notes, right? No. Did you get the guy's license plate number? No. This is stuff that you, ladies and gentlemen should know as a security officer. When something happens, right away we start documenting. We start writing down stuff. We start writing down, what the subject looked like, who was involved, license plate numbers, time of day, everything. And it kills me, and usually I have to let these type of people go because they just don't want to write a report. They just kind of want to walk around and look cool and not really, work. So, if you're not going to report anything, you're going to have a hard time in the security world. You're not going to advance, and you're not going to really go very far if you're afraid to do a report or if you're afraid to contact your supervisor as soon as something happens. Like I say, I've been a supervisor for many years out in this field, and nothing ticked me off more than when a security officer would just fail to observe anything. He just kind of stood there and looked and didn't get involved and didn't write anything down, and sometimes even pretended not to see things. So don't get, you're not going to get away with that long, especially with cameras and everything. They're going to review them, and if, you failed to take action, well, they're going to provide an action by sweeping you right out the front door. So, you got to get out there, make sure you're taking your notes, make sure you're making good, concise reports. We're going to learn that further on in the course here. But most of all, don't be afraid to write a report, and don't be afraid to contact your supervisors if anything ever comes up on your posts. All right, enough of me lecturing everybody there. All right, back to the slides though. But this is a true statistic here. 3/4 of all litigation is due to bad police reports. So can you imagine the security world? I mean, in the police departments, they have captains, and these people are very held to a high standard in what they work and everything. So, and their work, it's a career and everything like that. Where, there's been a lot of times in security where guards have gone unsupervised for sometimes days at a time. And, supervisors, you got to be getting out there. You got to be checking your people. You got to be checking their DARs and signing off on them at the bottom after you've read them and checked them and everything. Every security company should be doing this. They should be making their field supervisors and shift leads monitoring and reviewing reports and signing off on them at the bottom. So, yeah. I mean, 3/4 of all litigation is due to bad police reports. I mean, people have walked. Killers, murderers, alleged, rapists, alleged. I mean, they've walked because of bad police reporting. We all remember the O.J. Simpson trial. If you don't ever get a chance to review that, and, that was due to bad, police reports and just how they handled their department policy on how they handled evidence and stuff. And because of it, somebody walked free. So it's important that we be documenting everything accurately. Don't sugarcoat nothing. Don't exaggerate nothing. Just report the facts as they happen. We're going to go into that a little bit more here. So let's go ahead and click on next and let's continue. Security logs and reports. The course is a general suggestion and basic guideline to follow to ensure that reports are written in a concise and professional manner. Write down and document all activity. Use clear and neat penmanship and avoid cursive writing, and type the report if available. Remember, document everything. You as a security officer should be documenting everything. If you have to stop and ask yourself if it needs to be reported, then it probably does. Make sure that you write down and report the facts and never insert your opinion. Let the police and your bosses draw their own conclusions. Again, the following guidelines are just a suggestion only. Some employers might want a different format. It is important that you review your company's policy on this. OPSEC, otherwise known as Operational Security. OPSEC is a military acronym for Operational Security. Remember the naval saying, loose lips sink ships? Protect the information you report from non-essential personnel and do not discuss any incident in the open. This includes other co-workers, friends, clients or facility staff, union members, the press. Do not let anybody read and report unless directed to by your supervisor. So, we don't talk to anybody about what we report. This is operational security. Even be careful of, indulging in information with fellow officers. A lot of times your supervisor will say, zip your lips. I mean, you don't discuss this with anybody other than me. And if, I bring somebody into the room, and that's what that means. We need to protect our information. And this is stuff that can get people put in jail. It can also set people free. So, make sure that we're practicing operational security. Make sure that you don't tell any non-essential personnel until you're told to be able to do so by your supervisors.